again, people. It's now time for another edition of Books at Bedtime. Tonight I'm going to read a bit of, maybe part one of my favorite short stories in American literature, called The Secret Life of Walter Mitty by James Thurber, and I hope you enjoy it. We're going through! The commander's voice was like thin ice breaking. He wore his full-dress uniform with the heavily braided white cap pulled down rakishly over one cold gray eye. "We can't make it, sir. It's spoiling for a hurricane, if you ask me." "I am not asking you, Lieutenant Berg," said the commander. "Throw on the power lights. Rev her up to 8,500. We're going through." The pounding of the cylinders increased. The commander stared at the ice forming on the pilot window. He walked over and twisted a row of complicated dials. "Switch on, number 8 auxiliary," he shouted. "Switch on, number 8 auxiliary," repeated Lieutenant Berg. "Full strength on number 3 turret," shouted the commander. "Full strength on number 3 turret." The crew, bending to their various tasks in the huge, hurtling, 8-engined Navy hydroplane, looked at each other and grinned. "Ha, the old man will get us through," they said to one another. "The old man ain't afraid of hell." "Not so fast. You're driving too fast," said Mrs. Mitty. "Why are you driving so fast for?" Said Walter Mitty. He looked at his wife in the seat beside him with shocked astonishment. She seemed grossly unfamiliar, like a strange woman who had yelled at him in a crowd. "You were up to 55, she said. "You know I don't like to go more than 40, and you were up to 55. Walter Mitty drove on toward Waterbury in silence, the roaring of the SN 202 through the worst storm in 20 years of Navy flying fading into the remote, intimate airways of his mind. "You're tensed up again," said Mrs. Mitty. "It's one of your days. I wish you'd let Dr. Renshaw look you over." Walter Mitty stopped the car in front of the building where his wife went to have her hair done. "Remember to get those overshoes while I'm having my hair done," said Mrs. Mitty. "I don't need overshoes," said Mitty. She put her mirror back into her bag. "We've been all through that, Walter." He raced the engine a little. "Why don't you wear your gloves? Have you lost your gloves?" Walter Mitty reached in a pocket and brought out the gloves. He put them on. But after she had turned and gone, he took them off again. "Pick it up, brother," snapped the cop as the light changed, and Walter hastily pulled on his gloves and lurched ahead. He drove around the streets aimlessly for a time, and then he drove past the hospital on his way to the parking lot. We shall pause at this point